First up, the 1970 for Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark, specifically those in fine condition, and just how valuable they are in today's market. The Washington quarter, first minted in 1932, has been a staple of American coinage for nearly a century. In 1974, quarters continued to be produced primarily in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia minted coins are identified by the absence of a mint mark, which is why the 1970 for quarters with no mint mark are from Philadelphia. Now here's a key detail. Unlike earlier quarters, the 1970 for Washington quarters are not made of silver. Since 1965, quarters have been struck in a copper-nickel clad composition, meaning the coins have a copper core with a nickel outer layer, instead of the 90% silver composition used before 1965. So, if you're hunting for silver in a 1970 for quarter, you're out of luck, but that doesn't mean these coins can't be valuable. Collectors often seek out certain dates, mint marks, and conditions that add to a quarter's worth beyond its metal content. Fine F condition. The coin shows moderate wear, but all major details remain clear. Key features like George Washington's hair, the date, and inscriptions are visible but worn. Coins in fine condition are more common than uncirculated or mint state coins, making them accessible to everyday collectors. So, what's the value of a 1970 for Washington quarter without a mint mark in fine condition? Given the copper-nickel composition and mass production, these coins aren't rare, but condition and demand matter. Circulated fine condition, typically worth around $300,000 roughly face value or a slight premium in today's coin market. Prices fluctuate based on demand, silver prices, and collector interest. For the 1970 for no mint mark quarter in fine condition, expect modest returns, usually just a bit above face value. The 1984 P. Kennedy half dollar in fine condition, is it just pocket change, or does it have hidden value? Minted in Philadelphia, the 1980 for Kennedy half dollar features the iconic profile of President John F. Kennedy, with over 26 million produced. It's a common coin, but does that mean it's not valuable? Visual side-by-side comparison of coins in various grades. Fine F12, very fine VF20, extremely fine EF40, about uncirculated a U50, and mint state MS60 to MS67. Coin value heavily depends on its condition. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, from 1 poor to 70 perfect. A fine grade, like our 198 for P, shows moderate wear but retains clear details in fine condition. The 198 for P Kennedy half dollar is valued at approximately $200 according to the NGC price guide. While not a high-value coin, it's still a piece of American history. While the 1984 P isn't rare, certain factors can increase a coin's value, like mint errors or limited mintage years. Always check your coins for unique characteristics. So, while the 1984 P Kennedy half dollar in fine condition isn't worth much, it remains a collectible item for enthusiasts. Keep an eye out for rarer varieties, they might just be hiding in your collection. Next up, the 1983 large date quarter with the D mint mark, struck at the Danner Mint. This coin, in circulated condition, is yet another standout in the realm of high-value U.S. quarters. The 1983 quarter dollar comes from an era when the U.S. Mint was producing coins in the billions, and yet certain varieties within that massive output have become highly prized due to subtle differences in design and minting errors. The large date variety in 1983, particularly the one with the D mint mark, is one such rarity. To understand why this coin commands such a high price, let's start with its historical context. The early 1980s were a time of economic recovery and renewed interest in coin collecting, especially in varieties and errors. Danner D mint mark had become a standard on quarters, replacing the older tradition of mint mark absence on Danner coins. This shift, along with variations in die preparation and production runs, created opportunities for unique varieties, such as the large date. The large date designation here refers again to the size and style of the date numerals on the coin's obverse. Compared to the small date, the large date numerals are more pronounced and bold, often easily distinguishable to the trained eye. This difference is not merely aesthetic, it results from a distinct die used during a limited production window. At the Danner Mint in terms of mintage, the 1983 large date B quarters were struck in significantly lower quantities than their small date counterparts. While the total 1983 quarter mintage was in the hundreds of millions, estimates suggest that only a tiny fraction, around 1 to 2% of the Danner quarters that year, were of the large date variety. This scarcity is compounded by the fact that many of these coins circulated heavily, resulting in fewer survivors in collectible conditions design-wise. The 1983 quarter retains the classic John Flanagan Washington bust obverse, with sharp detail and clear lettering. The D-Mint mark is located just to the right of Washington's ponytail ribbon, a hallmark of Philadelphia minted coins from this period. The reverse design features the traditional eagle with outstretched wings, holding arrows and olive branches, symbols of America's strength and peace. Collectors prize this coin not only for its rarity, but also for the challenges in identifying and authenticating the large date variety. The distinction requires careful comparison with small date examples, often under magnification, to note the thicker, more robust numerals and subtle die markers. This has made the 1983 large date D quarter a popular target for numismatic research and certification services. Market values for the 1983 large date B quarter in circulated condition have surged in recent years, driven by both rarity and demand from variety collectors and investors. At major auctions, coins graded extra fine or higher have sold for over $500,000, with some exceptional examples fetching even more. This makes it one of the highest valued quarters from the modern era. Despite its originally large production numbers, the collector interest in this coin also stems from its role in the larger story of the U.S. Mint's evolution. It represents a time when minting technology and quality control were improving, yet still allowed for significant variations that today form the backbone of valuable modern coin collecting. The 1983 large date D quarter is a testament to the nuances that can elevate even common coins into coveted treasures. Next up, the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar, particularly the Philadelphia minted version, without a mint mark in extremely fine EF condition. If you've got one of these in your collection, you might be holding on to more than just pocket change. High-quality images of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar, highlighting its obverse and reverse minted in 1973. The Kennedy half-dollar was produced in large numbers. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 64.9 million of these coins, and notably, they were not marked with a mint mark. This makes identifying the coin straightforward if it lacks a mint mark. It's from Philadelphia. Coin value is heavily influenced by its grade. The Sheldon scale, ranging from 1 to 70, is commonly used to assess coin condition. An extremely fine EF coin shows minimal wear, with most details sharp and only slight traces of circulation. This grade is just below about uncirculated O and above fine F in today's market. A 1973 Kennedy half-dollar in EF condition typically holds a value between $300. However, this can vary based on factors like demand and specific coin characteristics. While the standard 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is relatively common, certain factors can enhance its value. Coins with errors, such as doubled dies or missing designer initials, are particularly sought after by collectors and can command higher prices. To sum up, if you own a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark in extremely fine condition, it's a nice piece for your collection, valued between $350. Keep an eye out for any unique features or errors that could increase its worth. Next up, the value of a 1995 D Washington quarter in extra fine condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, understanding the worth of your coins is crucial. Minted at the Denver Mint, the 1995 D Washington quarter is part of the Washington quarter series, which began in 1932. Over 1.1 billion of these quarters were produced, making them relatively common in circulated conditions. Now, let's talk about grading. Coins are evaluated based on their condition, ranging from good to mint state. An extra fine grade, or EF40, indicates a coin that has seen some circulation but still retains sharp details and minimal wear in today's market. A 1995D Washington quarter in extra fine condition typically holds a value of around $250. However, this can vary based on factors like demand and specific market trends. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1995D Washington quarter, platforms like eBay and AppMex are popular choices. Always ensure you verify the coin's grade and authenticity before making a transaction to preserve the value of your coin. Consider storing it in a protective holder or album. Proper storage can prevent damage and maintain the coin's condition. Over time, remember, while the 1995D Washington quarter in extra fine condition may not be worth a fortune, it's a piece of history that can be a valuable addition to your collection. Keep an eye out for those rare errors, as they can make a significant difference in value. Next up, the 197D Kennedy half dollar. But did you know that even in extra fine condition, this coin can hold surprising value? Stick around as we dive into its current market worth and what makes it special. Minted in Denver, the 197D Kennedy half dollar boasts a mintage of over 141 million coins. While many of these circulate as pocket change, certain grades and varieties can fetch collectors' attention. Coins in extra fine XF40 condition exhibit light wear, with most design details still sharp. These are typically valued between $100. In today's market now, here's where it gets interesting. A rare variety of the 197D Kennedy half dollar is the FS901, known as the No FG variety. In this version, the designer's initials FG are missing from the reverse, likely due to dye polishing at the US Mint. Currently, uncirculated 197D Kennedy half dollars are listed for around $200. However, the FS901 variety can command prices ranging from $390 to nearly $100, depending on its condition. Collectors can find these coins through online platforms like eBay or specialized coin dealers. Always ensure to verify the coin's authenticity and condition before purchasing, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out. The 1972D Kennedy half dollar offers both historical significance and potential value. Keep an eye out for the FS901 variety. It might just be the gem you're looking for. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more coin collecting insights. Happy hunting! Next up, the 1970 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark. We'll explore what makes this coin special, why collectors are eager to find it, and most importantly, how much it's worth in today's market when it's in extremely fine condition. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1932, commemorating our first president, George Washington. By 1970, the quarter was well established as a 300.00 coin made primarily of copper nickel-clad composition. That means no silver, which collectors typically prefer. However, even without silver, certain quarters can hold significant value depending on rarity, condition, and mint errors. The 1970 Washington quarter without a mint mark was minted in Philadelphia. Unlike the Denver D or San Francisco S mints, Philadelphia did not place a mint mark on quarters during that year, so these coins are identified by the lack of a letter under the eagle on the reverse side. So what makes the 1970 no mint mark Washington quarter special? Unlike some years that have rare errors or low mintages, 1970 quarters were produced in large numbers, over 600 million just from the Philadelphia Mint alone. But rarity isn't just about mintage numbers, it's about condition and survivability. Most quarters from 1970 have circulated heavily, meaning they show lots of wear. An extremely fine EF or XF condition coin means the coin has only minor wear on the highest points, and all details are sharp and clear. Coins in F condition from 1970 are quite collectible, because they are relatively scarce compared to circulated coins also. Collectors look for coins with nice toning, good eye appeal, and minimal scratches or cleaning marks, all of which add to the desirability and value on the Sheldon scale used by numismatists. Extremely fine coins show slight wear on the highest points of the design, such as George Washington's hair or the eagle's feathers. But most details remain sharp and well-defined. This may not seem like a huge amount, but remember, these coins were made in the millions. So finding one in extremely fine condition is comparatively rare and valuable among collectors who focus on post-1960 for copper-nickel quarters. Check for the mint mark. Look carefully under the eagle's tail feathers on the reverse side. If there's no D or S, it's from Philadelphia. Examine the condition. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect wear on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. If you believe your coin is in extremely fine or better condition, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable company like PCGS or NGC. A graded coin will often sell for a higher price, so while the 1970 Washington quarter no mint mark may not be the rarest or most valuable coin in the world, finding one in extremely fine condition can definitely earn you a few dollars and add an interesting piece to your collection. Next up, the 1983 D. Kennedy half dollar. While it might not be the rarest in the series, its value in very fine condition is worth exploring. Minted in Denver, the 1983 D. Kennedy half dollar had a mintage of over 32 million coins. Despite its high mintage, certain grades can command a premium in today's market. Coins are graded on a scale from poor P1 to mint state MS70. A very fine grade typically falls between VF20 and VF35, indicating moderate, where with most details still visible in very fine condition. The 1983 D. Kennedy half dollar is valued between $300 depending on the specific grade and market demand. While the very fine grade offers modest value, higher grade examples can be quite valuable. For instance, a 1983 D. Kennedy half dollar certified as MS65 has been listed for approximately $200 on platforms like eBay. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, the 1983 D. Kennedy half dollar offers an accessible entry point into the world of coin collecting. Remember, the value of a coin is influenced by its grade, rarity, and demand among collectors.